turn, do you think that it was an ideal wicket for a T20 match?
Mate, all teams have to play on this wicket, so it's the team that adapts best to the conditions that's going to end up being the winner. So I'm not going to sit here and say anything about the wicket. Sharjah has been a wonderful stadium for cricket for, goodness, years and years. So it is what it is. We got to play on it, and the teams have got to play on it tonight. Playing it again tomorrow. Nothing you can do. Yes.
The news is that Kumar Sangakkara will join you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel that will make you guys completely unbeatable because of course you have
You're never unbeatable in T20 cricket. He is an absolute master of the game, and he's a left-hander too, which will definitely help our top order. So he'll be a huge addition for our game, and he'll be a huge addition for the dressing room, because I've spent a lot of time with him playing at Surrey, and he's wonderful in the dressing room for the youngsters. And to have somebody like that who the players can look up to and talk to is a wonderful acquisition for the Gladiators. So it's only good stuff.
Nice to be in this team which has got all-round skills, like also be able to tackle the pressure. What message also you have given?
Mate, you know what? Before I came here, I didn't know too many names in the side. But since I arrived and I watched a couple of practices, and I was incredibly impressed with how the guys have trained, how competitive they've been. The thing that's really impressed me throughout this series is how well the Pakistanis have fielded. I think that the standard of cricket in terms of fielding is marvellous. And having played against Pakistan in Test series and one-day series for 10 years, the fielding has never been as good as this. But then it's an academy for learning, and I said that before the first game. What India did, what Australia have done, what the Caribbean are doing, this is an academy of learning for youngsters to associate themselves with international players, see the standards that are required to perform on the international stage, to make friendships, to develop their game. And our guys are certainly doing that. Full of questions. You sit in the dressing room, you sit on the team bus, guys ask you about batting, ask you about bowling, and you want to associate yourself with youngsters.
Final between Quetta, Gladiators and Pietersen?
Mate, I don't know, because, as I said, T20 cricket, anything can happen. We can finish top of the log, no problem, and then have one bad night, and I'm back in London the next day. But then you can have a good day, and I play the final, and you lose the final. I don't worry about results. I worry about the processes of getting to the outcome and getting to the goal. I'm not going to sit here and talk about finals, because we have a game tomorrow, we have a game on Tuesday, still semi-finals. Anything can happen. Anything. T20 cricket.
JP, how's that having the team management, having Moeen Khan and Ian?
Moeen is wonderful. What Moeen does well is he's extremely relaxed. And in an environment where you've got a lot of cricketers coming together for a short space of time, you cannot afford to have a coach that drills. You need to have individuals that gel together, enjoy the environment, create a happy team, let individuals do what they want to, understand how they're going to benefit the team, and let them just enjoy themselves. And Moeen sits there, no notepad, no nothing. He's very articulate and clever in his cricketing sense, so if he needs to say something, he's very clever and wise, and he'll point something out. But in terms of his coaching, magnificent, very relaxed, lets us do whatever we want, and the results are showing it's good.
And how's Sarfraz as captain, because he's due to take over from Shahid Afridi in T20?
Absolutely brilliant. The way that he rotates the strike, in terms of the bowlers from each end, and the brain that he's got at deciphering fielding places, and his ability to ask anybody as well in the field is a wonderful skill, because not many captains sometimes like to ask younger players or other senior players. He can ask anybody, so there's no ego, no nonsense, just says, what do you think, what do you think, what do you think? Brilliant for the team.
You see him as Pakistan captain?
You've just told me he's going to be, so I don't know. Me, I'll be lying on a beach, boss.
Alright, KP, you've got some questions from your fans on Twitter.
Yep.
First up, Talha Qazi wants to ask, what advice will you be giving to your teammates who are representing Pakistan in the World T20?
Be yourself, enjoy yourself, and in order to be successful in international sport, you have to take pressure off yourself by practicing properly and trusting your practice. Don't worry about the result. Trust your practice. You practice well, you've got the talent, you've got the skill. If you have trained well, then you can get runs or you can get wickets. But you can also not get runs and not get wickets because you're going to go through bad form. So enjoy, man. Have fun.
Alright, and lastly, Hiba, Hamid wants to ask you, any good stuff about Pakistani culture that you've learned while being part of the PSL?
It's very difficult because we're in Dubai, so it's quite hard. We're not actually in Pakistan. It's a Pakistan Super League, but we're not in Pakistan, so it's quite difficult to get into the culture and the food and all that kind of stuff because I own clubs and restaurants and all that kind of stuff, and I don't really get involved in all that. I just do my job, try and enjoy my time, and that's it. We're in Dubai, so